What's up, family? Welcome to Ask the Mods.
where we challenge you to stop playing and start pushing.
This right here is my best friend, my sweetheart, my
Aww.
cuddly, wuddly wife, Fiona.
And this right here, this is my rock, my best friend, my confidant, my sweetie pie, my boo, Ayize. What's up, y'all?
Hey, what's up, y'all? We're going to jump right into the question. We got a question in from a brother, and he says, I appreciate and respect the. I got to scoot closer so I can read the question.
Let me read it for you. I don't need to scoot up. My vision is 2020.
I appreciate and respect the work that you do. It gives me hope and motivation. My wife and I have been together for 16 years, of which 12 we have been married. I cheated on her, was caught, and confessed to other acts.
She then alerted me to what
Hold
she
up,
did.
I wasn't done. We're not like, this isn't round robin.
I'm trying
right
to do something different.
Nah, I'm not. I just paused to look at you for a second.
She didn't.
I didn't give you permission to go.
And then you go, and then I go.
Nah.
That's nice. That's a little different. You should try that.
Okay, next time. She then alerted me to what she did before we were married, but together and after we were married. We went to counseling, and I realized my part and failure in the marriage. I do not believe I fully responded to it, though.
I could have communicated more and been more affectionate. My wife started disappearing earlier this year, and I thought something was up. One night, I had enough and found her at another guy's house using our cell phone tracking device. When we got home, she said she was done and tired of me, admitting to cheating, and said there was another who she had. There's another person she had unprotected sex with earlier this year.
Don't try to tap me, man. Hold on. How are you going to point and then tell me to go ahead and read? Nah, I'm not feeling it. Go ahead and finish the letter.
Knowing my downfalls in the relationship, I turned to God and I decided to forgive and work it out as our children were being affected by mommy not being home as much as she normally would. I realized that it took a long time to get in this ugly mess, but I am committed, love that, to staying with my wife and not giving up and getting over, but getting up and getting through this together. I do love my wife and family enough to endure this heartache and pain. My wife is kind of a brick wall right now. I don't know how to get through to her. She says she still loves me. Please, advise.
This right here is a really sticky situation because it's almost as if like each one of you are like throwing your cards out on the table and just exposing not who you really are, but exposing some of those skeletons that you both have in your closet. And so as a result, both of you all end up getting wounded and just feel kind of fractured in this relationship. Now, you have made the conscious decision to commit yourself to the process of healing. However, your wife, even though she may give lip service to it, it's just in a space where she's just kind of stuck. And she's just standing behind this brick wall, as you put it, and unwilling to move. Now, what that really comes from is just being in the space of pain. Being in a space of hurt. And there may be some fear, probably is some fear present, and preventing her from actually being willing to move forward to come around from that brick wall and really expose herself and avail herself to you again because you committed an act of infidelity. But in a situation like that, what I would encourage you to do is just to remain steadfast. Remain steadfast and continuing to avail yourself and to be apologetic and to attempt to reconcile because you did do something wrong. And it's no way that you can say that what she did hurt you more than what you did. You can't really quantify pain. Pain is an experience that we each have individually. So you might be thinking in the back of your mind that she needs to get over this. I'm willing to work on this marriage. I'm willing to work on this relationship. And yet she's staying stuck. But pain impacts people differently and then they respond to it differently. And so you just need to be cognizant of the fact that in you all's marriage, she's stuck and she's hurting. And it may take some time for her to get beyond this space, but what are you going to do in the process to assist her and to make it comfortable and safe for her to come back from around that wall?
So the piece that really stands out to me, and oftentimes, particularly when you have folks who got the double cheating thing going on, both of you been out there doing your thing, there really has to be a coming back together. There has to be a coming back together and laying everything out and in front of each other. You all seem like you did that, but then you're still in in the stuff. They still went down the same path, or at least your wife did. And so what I would ask is, well, what's the underlying issue? Where's the disconnect between the two of you? Why is it that you were out there doing your thing once you were married, and she was as well? Why did she go back? What's missing in the relationship? There is a source. There is an issue that is not being addressed. And cheating, just like eating or sex or any number of things, is an escape to get away from what's missing in the relationship. So I would think that you all would really take time to figure out what's missing. And when you can answer that for yourself, and she can answer that for herself, then you all both have to look at what you're able to do to bring back what's missing for the other person, and then how you're able to take responsibility for bringing back what's missing for yourself. So I think that's important. That's your starting place. You cannot solve an issue. You cannot overcome anything if you don't first identify the problem. Yeah. And you all right now are involved in behaviors and habits because, hey, you're on the up and up right now. But who knows? I don't know how long this history has been. You might go down in the same old cycle. This might be something y'all been doing for 10, 15 years. You didn't tell us, but oftentimes people get stuck in the patterns like that. So you really need to get to the source. I would encourage you all to seek out counseling or coaching to be able to help you maneuver through the mess so that you can figure that out and then put something in place so that you all can begin to build back to where you all came from. Yeah, be there for her. Stick it out, like we always say. Discover, uncover, make sure you're clear about what your non-negotiables are. Because just because somebody is not on the same page with you, just because they ain't feeling you, and they do, doesn't mean you just avail yourself to everything. She just going out here doing her thing. You just at home having the faith. No, it don't work like that. So there should be some non-negotiables. One of those might be that there's no cheating going on during this time. You might be disconnected, but we ain't messing around with nobody else. That would be a basic one. So again, find out what the issue is. Get some outside help. We hope that this has been of help to you. Always stop playing and start pushing.